A lady was changing clothes on the roadside when she was accidentally bumped into by a man. She hurriedly hid, but the man showed a strong sense of justice. Not only did he not peek, but he also took the initiative to help her repair the car. This made Charlotte feel a little good about him. The car was quickly repaired, and when Charlotte was about to leave, she saw James's miserable figure in the rearview mirror, and she couldn't bear it. Then she shouted for James to get in the car, but she didn't know that this kind gesture had already led herself into danger. James didn't show any abnormality after getting in the car, and the two chatted happily along the way, until James guided Charlotte into a deserted road. Soon after, James showed his true face. He threatened Charlotte to drive to an abandoned hotel. Charlotte knew that once she stepped into that place, she would definitely not be able to escape. So she began to think calmly about countermeasures. When she noticed that James was not wearing a seatbelt, Charlotte turned the steering wheel sharply, and the car rolled over. When Charlotte woke up, she found herself hanging upside down in the car, with her left leg stuck tightly in the seat, and James had been thrown out of the car, motionless. She barely bandaged her wounds, and then wanted to call the police but found that her cell phone was missing. Just as she was looking around, James woke up outside the car window. She was unable to resist in her current condition. In desperation, Charlotte saw the dagger James dropped, and she tried her best to move her body, eager to get this weapon to increase her self-protection. At this moment, a Bigfoot suddenly stepped down. It turned out that James only suffered some skin injuries. Charlotte thought it was over, but James turned around and left. Until the evening, the temperature in the forest began to drop, and Charlotte was awakened by the cold. She had just put on a piece of clothing when there was a sound outside, as if a beast smelled the blood and was slowly approaching. It was not until she used the car lights to drive away the beast that she barely survived the night. When she woke up the next day, her wounds were crawling with ants. With a start, she spent a lot of energy after a while of beating. She greedily drank the remaining half bottle of water and then spit it back, because every drop of water that followed might be her life-saving straw. Then she took out her lighter, lit a bonfire next to the car, and fell asleep with this weak warmth. But in the middle of the night, she was woken up by a rat that climbed onto her chest. Charlotte drove the rat away in fear, only to find that the car was full of rats, and they were not afraid of Charlotte at all. In desperation, Charlotte picked up the car keys and stabbed the rats. Seeing Charlotte's roar, the rats were scared away. At this time, Charlotte had not eaten for 3 days and 3 nights, and there was only a bag of ketchup left in the car. She was so hungry that she could only look at the rats. After some hesitation, Charlotte finally made up her mind. She cut the rat meat with a dagger, put it on a stick, and roasted it. Soon the rat meat was sizzling and smelling delicious. Charlotte's appetite was completely aroused, and after tasting it, she was surprised to find that it tasted quite good.